During exam, feeling stress makes us anxious, and the low grades. This is a cycle for every exam.
I know, right? That's why today I am going to share with you some pro tips and one special pro tips at the end that will get you the maximum marks from your written exams. What's that? Let's start with that. Number one. Number one is a skim through the paper. I know whenever we receive the paper in the examination hall, we will be just start solving it, right? Let's not do this way. This time you need to skim through the paper, check all the questions, and you can even mark them on their difficulty level, like I do. I mark them as alpha, beta, and gamma according to their difficulty level. Alpha one is the most easiest one, which I know completely. Second, the beta one, that will be the one which is I know not completely, but yes, I know. And the third one should be that one which is like gamma, as I said, that is the most difficult one. I don't know about them, right? These difficulty level organization not only help you to understand that how we need to solve them, right? Also, how much time they will be consuming. It will it will help you to be confident during the solving exams, right? And also keep track, like on the like how much you are solving and how much you need to still solve, like that, right?
Like for this given question, okay, the first one, if I surely know, I will be putting alpha in this one, okay? Second one, I'm not sure, so I'm putting it beta here.
Second, always start with the short questions. The questions which will take you less time, mostly the 1 mark questions, you need to start solving with them. If you will solve them on like certain given time, then see, you will be confident enough that these marks now you're getting for sure, right? And then you can take time on those questions which is time consuming, right? And not only the time consuming, also you are not sure about that. See, the short questions are always the one which gives you full marks, right? Mostly the long answer questions, or the question which is like 2 or 3 marks question, or the 5 marks question, take away the marks. So for sure, always go with the first short questions, that is the 100% marks giving, right? And then go with the questions which is taking time, or the time consuming questions, right? So it is good for your confidence. Okay, now one more thing is that we have already organized our paper, right, on the difficulty level. So the question which we're going to solve first will be always the one which is alpha. That is the most one, like most easiest one, right? And in that we need to start with the, as I mentioned, short, and then you can start solving the long answer as well. After that you will be like you will be at like, because you know that these questions are taking that much of time, you have enough time in your hand for the beta and the gamma type of question also. Tip number 3, it's always remember that keep track of time. Keep track of time. See, the problem is that we don't know all the questions, right? We are not 100% sure for every question. The questions which we already know, we already have solved, they will be always the less time consuming, right? The questions which we need to use our mind, right? And the one which we don't know or we know a little bit only, they actually the time consuming. So for that or these questions, we need a amount of time much uh much bigger compared to the other one, right? So if we keep the track of the time, you can use different type of things for that, that will help you to check the clock every time, like after every solve, like every question, you can just check the keep the track of time. Normally we have the devices, but we are so busy like the writing, that we can't even see what's like what is time now, right? So this time don't do that. Remember that after solving all easy questions with this short question and then the long easiest questions, you need to see the time, that how much time I have, how much time, which question I should use which amount of time, right? That will help you to solve first those question, which is obviously after that beta, that we you know something about them, right? And you can write enough about them that you can get the marks, which should be complete marks, right? And then go to the question gammas. But for that we need time, right? So always keep track of time. I know this tip is look like it's not so important because it is not going to reduce your marks, right? But this one can give you, see, when you are writing a marks of like 3 marks question, right? Suppose, and then you see the way you are answering it, it will really give the examiner a mindset that what kind of student you were, right? So that's why I'm saying that keep your handwriting neat and clean. Always write the smart way, right? And not just like, if you are not the one who have a like very nice handwriting, at least make it clean, right? It's like, so it's very clearly visible what you have written, how you have written, right? So that's tip, keep in your mind. The last one, this is not the tip you need to keep on your mind during the writing. Before that, always solve some past year paper questions. See, that will give you a confidence, the kind of paper you like you will have, right, on your examination. Also the way you're going to write it. So always try to solve as many as past paper questions. Normally students try to finish their syllabus and then try to start these past year paper, right? I will suggest you to go like a quick, not just the before one day of the your exam or the 2 days. No, just try to do before. Take the time. Try to sit like you're sitting in your examination and go through that paper like same way. It will help you not being very like not being very anxious during the exam, because you already know how much time it's going to take, how we need to write the answer, and what kind of questions they can be like there. So always go through the past year paper questions, not just before the examination but before that as well. Like that, when you have a time, and go through the same way as the examination will done. If the paper is 45 minutes, then you need to sit for the 45 minutes, like that. Got it? So last not the least, this is time for our pro tips, right? Remember that it's for the long answer question, the one which take away your marks, right? So what do you need to focus on, how you need to write the answer, that's what I'm going to tell you. Always start with the name of topic, like the question belongs to this. If you know that topic name, always write it down and try to define in some words. Like if I have a chemical reaction from the redox, you can start writing that, okay, this question belongs to the redox reaction, or like the oxidation reduction. And then you can start writing a little bit about that. Then according to the marks, you need to write down the points. If this question is 3 marks, then at least write down 3 points, right? 3 points or 3 facts, you can write it down. If it is biology question, and this question require a diagram, draw it with a well leveled diagram that will impress the examiner, right? And in the end, always conclude these points. So after writing the points, you can just write down, okay, this, like the question they want to ask is about this point, like just conclude in some words, right? That will give you a full marks on that question if you do that way. Okay, so what do you need to remember? Topic name, writing the points, if needed make the diagram, well labeled diagram, and in the end conclude it. So that's how you will get the full marks. So if this video is helpful for you, share it and like it. Okay, I will see you in the next video.